Hello, everybody. My name is John Rydell. I work for CFES Brilliant Pathways. And as you know, we're conducting as many college tours as we can this year. Those of you familiar with ESPN's 30 for 30, they did 30 documentaries celebrating their 30th anniversary. CFES turned 31 this year. So we were doing our own 31 for 31, 31 college tours around the country. Today, I'm especially excited because this is a place we do not get to often. It's gorgeous. The campus is amazing. I'll give you a little view here of the ocean right out. This is basically, I'm sitting on campus and it's that gorgeous. Students love it. And I'm going to say hello to Sandra Davidson. She is our new CCR advisor at Mathis High, of which Renee went to, is it 2010 grad? Yep. So I will introduce him here. Renee Zamora, Director of Undergraduate Recruitment, new in that position, but has been here for a while, really knows the place, and is going to talk a little bit more about, what it's like to be here, his own pathway, and a few other things about higher ed in general. So I will turn it over to you.
Thank you, John. Well, good morning, good afternoon to you all. My name is Renee Zamora, and just like John said, I'm the Director of Undergraduate Recruitment for Texas A&M University-Corpus Christi. Very unique university. I'm planning to share a little bit about the campus with you, but what I want to share is that a little bit more about me. So I am a first-generation student. I graduated high school a long time ago in 2010, but I come from a very small town, and I went to Mathis High School, which is a school that is partnering with CFES. And so I'm excited to be able to present to all of you today. But to get started, let me go ahead and share my screen here so you can get a little bit of idea of what our university is about. So Texas A&M University-Corpus Christi is a very unique university. We have the nickname as the Island University because we are the only university in the nation located on its own island. So it is a very unique school. Like John showed you, he's in one of the buildings closest to the water. And so we are surrounded by bays and protected natural wetlands. And yes, right across the street is our own university beach. It's a living laboratory. So we sample water, check out sand erosion. We take advantage of it and have events out there. So you'll find fireworks shows, bonfires, kiteboarding, fishing, paddleboarding, kayaking, things like that, even around our campus. So here's kind of a better shot. This is from the back of the campus. So yes, we really are on an island. Location is huge for us. People that want to enjoy the breeze and the sunshine, but also be in a medium-sized school, really choose us as a first choice destination. So just so you're familiar with our campus, we are at about 11,000 students, and we continue to grow every single year. And so the image that you saw was of the island campus, but across the bay, the city of Corpus Christi donated 137 acres of land to the university. So we have our soccer stadium over there, tennis complex, recreational sports fields, and additional housing. Eventually, the island campus will focus solely on academics, and the Momentum campus, about a mile away, will focus on our Division I athletics. Now, when it comes to choosing a school, numbers are important. A&M Corpus Christi, like I said, has 11,000 students, which I personally think is a perfect size. Our students are not a number in the crowd here. Professors really make an effort to get to know students by name. So we have a 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Last year, it was 18-to-1. Whenever I was in college here, it was 23-to-1. So you can really see the effort that the university is making to make sure that our students are able to get connected with professors and find mentors. That is key to a student success, is that you're able to talk to experts and get the assistance that you need, right? So we are a very diverse campus. Currently, we represent 49 states and 59 countries. So people from all around the United States and the world are coming to our island university to study. And I would invite you to consider that as well. I'll touch on scholarships. So if you're coming in from out of state, as long as you receive a $1,000 scholarship, we can waive your out-of-state fees and you would pay in-state tuition. And so we'll touch on that here in a minute, but just know that we want to make it as accessible as possible to you. Now, we are an R2 high research activity institution. So if you're looking to do research at the university level as a freshman, you can definitely do that. One thing that's unique about us is that we're doing research Of course, with the marine sciences, we're right next to the bay and to the ocean. And so we do a lot of marine biology research, but we're also big on the environmental sciences, atmospheric science. So we're doing research on the land. And then we're also trying to get drones into the national airspace for the government. And so we are also doing aerospace research. And so research land, air, and sea. And we'll touch more on that here in a minute. Wherever it is that you go to college, I would encourage you to get involved and join something fun, join something interesting. At A&M Corpus, we have 150 clubs and organizations for you to choose from. They range from deep sea fishing, fraternities and sororities, the student government, religious organizations, political organizations, whatever you find interesting, you can definitely find that here on our campus. So definitely explore that. But I would also encourage you to go to campus events. One awesome thing about our school is that our student union, called the University Center, they host over 11,000 meetings in an academic year. So there is always something going on our campus. You're going to find free food, free t-shirts, hear music. So get engaged, go to the games, join an organization, meet people, and have fun. Find your sense of belonging here at the university, which we do a really good job at, is making sure that once you get here, you have a sense of belonging so that you continue throughout your 4 years and you find a family within the campus. Another thing that I'd recommend whenever you start going out to college is join an organization related to your major. For example, for A&M Corpus, a lot of our academic organizations have upperclassmen and they serve as mentors. So they'll share textbooks, they'll share notes, recommend which professors to take, and kind of guide you through your 4 years here to help you be successful. So join something fun, go outdoors, go to the beach, of course, but also join something academic and professional. For athletics, if you kept up with March Madness this year, you may have seen that the Islanders went to March Madness, which was really great for us. There were only a few schools in Texas that were able to make it that far. We made it to the first 4, which is pretty exciting, but we are a big basketball school. We center our homecoming around basketball, and we are a member of the Southland Conference. So that means we play some schools in Texas and a few schools in Louisiana as well. But here are the different sports that we offer. We offer 16 Division I sports. And the newest addition for us is beach volleyball. And what's pretty cool about that is that the girls actually play in downtown Corpus Christi. It's open to the community, to the public, free of charge. Actually, all of our games are free of charge. All you have to do is show them your $100 student ID card, and you get to go to athletic events for free. But if you are a big sports fan, I would encourage you to join the Deep End if you come to our university. The Deep End is the official fan section where if you wear an Islanders shirt to the game, you'll be entered to win free money. You can walk away with $100, gift cards to Whataburger, Jersey Mike's, things like that, they're sponsors for our athletics program. And so they give away a lot of free things to our students. So definitely I would encourage you to do that. Now, this last year was a record-breaking season for us. We had actually 7 teams. I know it shows 6 here, but 7 teams were actually Southland Conference champions. So on top of being really strong on the field or on the court, these athletes are also really academically well-rounded as well. For 16 consecutive semesters, our athletes had well above a 3.0 GPA. So they're great athletes, but they're also great in the classroom. And so if you have an interest in athletics, you might want to play at the Division I level. I would encourage you to go to goislanders.com and click on the Recruits tab, and you can learn about the process of maybe playing at the Division I level here at the university. I don't know if there's a chat box or anything, but if you have questions, you're welcome to put some questions in the chat. I'm happy to answer them, but we're going to move on and touch on academics. So at A&M Corpus Christi, we offer 6 undergraduate colleges with 48 majors. So under each college, you're going to find different majors, and I'm going to touch on them here in a second. But we are a very, very well-rounded campus, and I'm going to touch on a lot of our programs here. But one of the biggest selling points for us when it comes to our College of Business is that we are accredited by the AACSB, which is the highest accreditation any College of Business can earn in the world. 1% of schools worldwide have what we have. 5% of schools in Texas have what we have. So it is a strong business program. What makes it even better is that we're double accredited in general business and in accounting, which not many schools are. So we have a strong curriculum. amazing professors that are going to make sure that you're able to get your feet wet and learn the skills that you need in a professional environment so that you can become a business leader. One unique thing about us is that we also have an off-campus location where we help people build a business from the ground up. It's an incubator. So we help local students that want to be or local community members that want to be entrepreneurs and build their own business. Our students will go and intern for them. And for example, if you're a marketing student, you can help this startup business with their marketing. Or if you're a finance student, you can help them with their finances so that you can build your resume and be a competitive applicant for jobs upon graduation. But you're going to find all of our degrees listed on the screen here for our College of Business. We offer them in person. We also offer some business degrees fully online. If you decide to transfer after 2 years, we have an online business completion program if you would like to do a fully online program as well. Now, we have a College of Engineering. We offer 5 engineering programs: electrical engineering, civil, industrial, mechanical, and mechanical engineering technology. Yep, that's 5 of them. And then on top of that, we also offer GIS. And so Geographic Information Science is a very strong program for us. We have a 100% job placement rate. So these are students that create maps and they go surveying. We have 100% job placement rate, and the starting salary for these positions are very high. And so even before senior year ends, our students are getting job offers. So if you like working outdoors, you like math, consider looking into the Geographic Information Science program. Like I mentioned earlier, we are doing a lot of aerospace research. We are one of 7 locations in the nation working with the federal government to get drones into the national airspace. And so a lot of the research that we're doing right now is trying to determine how can we fly these planes above everybody and protect their privacy, but also how can we use them to save people's lives? So for example, if there was a major fire or a major hurricane or flooding, we can deploy these drones, take video footage, and help people survive these natural disasters, right? And so even when it comes to huge farms, we can send planes over farms and ranches to look at how the livestock are doing and making sure they're healthy. So we personally don't have to go out there, and we can just use a plane to do that. So here's another image of some of the drones. Now, our College of Education and Human Development is also pretty unique because we have a full functioning pre-K center on our campus, and it's a part of Corpus Christi ISD. So it is not a laboratory school. It is a real pre-K center for a school district. And our future teachers actually will have class in there, or they'll be able to go and do research with the students. So for example, in the Early Childhood Development Center, there is a secret observatory deck where you can peek into the classrooms and see how the teachers teach, how the kids behave or misbehave. So it's really a science and laboratory school for us to conduct research with these students, but also gain skills to become really great teachers. Under the College of Ed and Human Development, we also have our kinesiology program and sports management program. Really state-of-the-art equipment here, biomechanics labs, where we'll put stickies on your body, you'll run on a treadmill, swing a bat, dribble a ball, and we'll tell you how to improve so you can become a better athlete. We have underwater treadmills, bod pods where we can look at your body fat composition and muscles, all of these different things that you're able to participate in. And then through sport management, there are a lot of teams in Corpus Christi and through our athletics program where you can work with them in case you wanted to manage a sports team after graduation. Now, the College of Liberal Arts is a very broad college. You're going to find a lot of different types of majors here. But one thing that I want to share is that under the College of Liberal Arts, we have the School of Arts, Media, and Communication, where if your major falls under this school, they all work together collaboratively. So for example, if you were a graphic design student, you could create a poster for an upcoming theater show. So you can build your portfolio and make sure that you can present that, to different employers right before graduation as well. This is one photo of our Performing Arts Center. It's also along the bay. But this building has some of the best acoustics south of Dallas. I'm here in Texas. And so if you were on the stage and you whisper, you could literally be heard on the 3rd floor in the last row because of how good the acoustics are. But in this building, we also have a recording studio. So if you would like to go into music industry, you can do that. You can do that as well on our campus. Now, our College of Nursing and Health Sciences, yeah, I think a lot of schools will say this, but everyone says we have one of the best nursing schools in the state, but we definitely have one of the best nursing schools in Texas. We offer the degree in nursing. We offer a bachelor's, master's, and doctorate of nursing. It is a very well-established program, but we also offer healthcare administration for those that want to manage nursing homes, or you want to manage a nurse, the nurses on the floor. You can also study clinical laboratory science in case you would want to work in labs and hospitals. But through our nursing program, we have a fake hospital on our campus with these simulation mannequins. They breathe, talk, vomit, give birth, sweat, die, have seizures, and so you'll work with these folks or with these mannequins before you go out into the community and work with real patients. Now, we normally don't have wine glasses in the room, but these were some donors. So you can see here that one of our mannequins was giving birth. And as the baby came out, you can see how realistic it was. I mean, look at their facial expressions, right? So you get to work with all of these real life simulations in our fake hospital. Another thing is, you can see what these folks are wearing. We are one of 2 schools in the country working with mixed reality, virtual reality, where when you put these glasses on, you can actually see through the mannequin's stomach. So you can see the baby move. You can kind of get an idea of what's happening in there, so you become even a better nurse eventually. So really, really amazing things happening on our campus, absolutely, especially when it comes to the health sciences. All right, our College of Science. We're known as the marine biology school because of our location, but we're, like you've seen, we're more than that. But when it comes to our biology program, we have a marine science focus, and we have a large marine biology research facility on our campus. And we work with Cuba and Mexico to study the Gulf of Mexico, and any information that we learn, we share with them, and they do the same for us. But the research that we do really is about protecting the Gulf of Mexico, this huge body of water that's literally a few meters away. Okay. And so we have a lot of opportunities for students to go underwater, get on boats, on vessels, and things like that. But we are really strong in marine sciences here. And for about 10 years now in a row, our scientists have been featured on Shark Week. So you might see our boats in Shark Week. For the first year, we were on the National Geographic Shark Fest. And so our research when it comes to sharks is also really, really prominent. And we tag sharks, look at their migration patterns and things of that nature. Environmental science is big, like I mentioned earlier. On our campus, we do a lot of research, at different beach locations around the coast, things of that nature. But we're also have a newer degree called atmospheric science. So if you want to study weather, become a meteorologist, you can also find that on our campus. And so here's a picture of some of our researchers that were on Shark Week. You can see that they've tagged a shark there. And then this right here is actually an underwater, I want to call it an underwater drone, an autonomous vehicle. It swims underwater for us. And so instead of us having to go down underwater, we deploy these essentially, and it goes and it films so we can see how many fish are at certain coral reefs and things like that without us having to go into the water. So that was kind of our university academics in a nutshell. We have a lot more to offer, of course, but I just wanted to share some of the highlights. But when it comes to university housing, we also have very unique housing because we do not like to use the word dorms here. If you think of dorms, dorms have community restrooms, community showers. It is not like that here on our campus, at least. The most people that'll ever share a restroom on our campus is you and one other person. 2 people per restroom, okay? Now, earlier I mentioned that Momentum Village is the housing across the bay. That's for upperclassmen and transfers. If you're coming here as a first-year student, you must live on the island at Miramar. And the picture that you see under Miramar are apartments. They are real apartments. You walk in, you have a living room, a full kitchen, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, or 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. We also have resident hall style, kind of like a Jack and Jill style, where you walk in, you have your own vanity area, your big mirror and sink, you have your own bedroom. You just share the toilet and the tub with your neighbor. So when you're in the restroom, you lock their door. When you're in your room, you lock your door. So still all very private. And then additionally, within Miramar, there are different communities. So if you would like to bring your pets, we have pet-friendly housing. If you are an honor student, there's honors housing. If you were a pre-nursing student, you could live with other pre-nursing majors. Outdoor adventures housing, where the community would go out to the beach or do a service project once a month. And we also have gender inclusive housing. So say, for example, your best friend was of the opposite gender, you could live together. But remember that housing is first come, first serve, and we do roommate matching, but you have to be admitted to our university early in order to get your preferred floor plan. And you're welcome to ask questions in the chat box as well. I do want to share that we work with a lot of local, state, and national organizations. People come to Texas A&M Corpus Christi all the time, actively recruiting our students. You just have to go to a career fair. You dress professionally, you turn in your resume, and you just never know what might happen. One story I share is one of our former ambassadors. She went to a career fair, met with a company from San Antonio. They flew her up to San Antonio. It was a 30-minute flight, and they gave her an interview, and she started making $90,000 a year at 21 years old because she went to a career fair. Now, she was a computer science major, so it's a very in-demand major. But again, you want to network, you want to get to know the right people, take advantage of career services. Additionally, suits and blazers and ties and skirts and heels and business shoes, that can get pretty expensive. We understand that. So we also have a closet where if you go to the closet, you can shop around, get what it is that you need, give us $5. And when you return your attire back, you get your $5 back. So you can go through our closet, get what it is that you need for an interview or for a business presentation, all free. We just take the $5 to make sure that we can get the clothes back and take it to dry cleaning, but you get your $5 back. So I would encourage you to take advantage of career centers wherever it is that you go to college, because they can assist you with all this good stuff, whether it's career exploration, interview skills, and getting connected with mentors and community organizations that may want to hire students. Now, if you're on social media, I would encourage you to connect with us, especially on Instagram. We, on our Instagram, give away scholarships. We remind you of upcoming events and deadlines. It's all Future Islander, but on the Future Islander Instagram account, we also have highlights where you can go in and you can see things that you wouldn't really see on a normal day around campus, because a lot of things are closed behind locked doors. So earlier I mentioned our kinesiology equipment. You can see that on our Instagram account. I talked about our mock hospital. We have more footage of that on there. We have aquariums in our marine biology area. You can see those. And so if you go to Future Islander on Instagram, you can connect with us, get reminded of deadlines and upcoming events, like I said, and you could even send us a direct message and we're happy to help with that. Okay, so a student wants to know if you can get an associate's degree at A&M Corpus. Unfortunately not. We only offer bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees at this university. Normally, if you were going to a community college, they would offer you a 2-year associate's degree, but most students that come here will work towards a 4-year degree. I'm looking to get a bachelor's. Thank you for your question.
And real quickly, students, they were wondering it. So if do you get a lot of students who get have it either in high school, they had the dual credit program and have associates and then just come straight here, or come from a junior college straight to school here?
Yeah, so we have a lot of students that have completed some dual credit work and then come here as first-year students. You're going to be considered a first-year student either way, because you hadn't graduated high school, and we're going to still look at you as a freshman student so that we can consider you for freshman scholarships, require you to live on campus your first year, if you did dual credit. Now, those transfer students that go off to a community college, then yes, you transfer over and we would bring in your credits. Now, if you're watching from out of state, the transfer process is a little bit more complicated, I guess you could say, if you're transferring in from out of state, but we're happy to keep in touch with you while you're at a different school so we can make sure that those credits will transfer over into your degree program. Now, I think most of y'all are in high school, and so I'm going to touch on freshman admission. Again, this is how you would apply if you have dual credit. If you don't have dual credit, everybody applies the same way. So you would apply through goapplytexas.org. That's how you apply to any public school in the state of Texas. And you can see here that we do not require essays, but we do require a $40 application fee. However, if your school is on free or reduced lunch, if you receive free or reduced lunch or experiencing any hardships, let us know that, and we can work with your high school counselor to get a fee waiver so that you do not need to pay the $40. Okay, we do not want this $40 to be a barrier to you applying to our institution. Always speak with us and we can definitely assist you with that. So you apply online through goapplytexas.org, submit the fee or the fee waiver, and then we'll need your official high school transcript. Once we have both of those in, we can make an admission decision because SATs and ACTs are no longer required for admission. If you took those tests, they can only benefit you. They cannot hurt you. So I would love to see your test scores. They cannot hurt you. I want to repeat that again. They can only benefit you. Now, in the state of Texas, I know there's some out-of-state students watching. In the state of Texas, anybody that wants to go to college here must take the TSI assessment, the Texas Success Initiative Assessment. It is not an admission test. It is a placement exam. It lets colleges know where they can place you in college classes. Can we put you in college level classes, or do we need to place you in developmental classes? If you score high enough on the ACT or SAT, you do not need to worry about the TSI. So that's why I always say, take the ACT or SAT, send in your scores, because it might waive you from that TSI requirement. If not, we'll let you know about the TSI and your next steps, but we offer it virtually. So if you wanted to take it out of the comfort of your own home, we can administer it for you and process the scores immediately. So let me just remind a little bit. That test is important because, like I said, it lets us know where we can place you. But just know that, some students come into college not college ready. I was one of them as an example. I was not college ready in math. I'm still not the best at math. And so what I needed to do when I came here, I took a semester of developmental math to prepare me for college algebra, my second semester of my freshman year. We are piloting a program where instead of you taking a whole semester of developmental math to get you into college algebra the next semester, you can take college algebra your first semester with your developmental course attached at the same time, so that you're not wasting time, wasting a semester, and you get that full math credit your first semester here. So it's called a co-requisite, not a prerequisite. So we, again, really want you in and out in 4 years, because whenever you come to A&M Corpus, your tuition is locked in for 4 years. And if you take longer than 4 years to graduate, your tuition can increase. So our goal is to get you in, get you out, and get you a job or into graduate or professional school. Okay, so that's admission. Now, we looked at the students that came to A&M Corpus Christi recently, and we noticed that the students that come here fall in the top half of the graduating class. So if you're in high school and you're in the top 25% or the top 50, really the top 50%, first quarter and second quarter, you are guaranteed admission to this university. You are in. And the reason that we made this change is to offer access to students, but also to be able to award you a scholarship as soon as possible, right? So now that if you're in the third or fourth quarter, we'll do a holistic review and we'll look at different success factors. We'll look at, GPA a little closely. We'll look at your class ranking. We might look at letters of recommendation, if you were involved in school, any extenuating circumstances, things like that. So even if you're in the third or fourth quarter, I encourage you to apply, because as a committee, we can look at you and determine if you meet our admission criteria. We always want well-rounded students on our campus. So just keep that in mind as well. Now, after you're admitted to our university, I don't know how many of you are admitted or not, but once you're admitted, it's going to be really important that you check your emails. So make sure that you have a professional email. Make sure that you're applying to schools using your personal email. Don't use your school email accounts, because those expire after you graduate. Use your personal email to apply to our colleges, and we're going to tell you of your next steps. For us, you'll need to create an ID and a password to log into all of your accounts. So after you're accepted here, you want to apply for housing. You want to register for orientation, which is our freshman orientation program called Islander Launch, and then log into your accounts, and we'll let you know about that after you're admitted to our university. Now, you'll also want to apply for financial aid. The application opened October 1st, so definitely complete that application as soon as possible. We award over $130 million each year. And then eventually we'll need proof of your bacterial meningitis vaccine and those TSI scores if you're not exempt. And we'll let you know all about this later after you're accepted. Now, this is important. We no longer look at ACT or SAT scores for scholarships. So even a student that's on that has a 2.5 GPA is going to be guaranteed $1,000 a year. If you are from out of state and you at least receive a $1,000 scholarship, we are going to waive your out of state tuition requirement. You would pay in-state fees only. So that's important to know. Now, the higher your GPA is on a 4.0 weighted scale, you're going to be guaranteed free money. And so you can see here that our priority date was October 1st, a few days ago. Our final deadline is February 1st. So all you need to do is be accepted to our school by February 1st, and this is your money, as long as you meet the certain criteria, okay? After you are admitted, you can also apply for more scholarships by going to our scholarship page, hitting one button that says apply now, and we send your application to different departments across campus, to our fundraising team that has donor money, and you can be entered to win or to receive additional scholarships. We allow you to stack scholarships here. Almost done, but we work with a lot of it's my spiel. I'd like to invite you to campus on one of these Saturdays. And so if you can come visit us for an island day, visit our tour website. It's on our main page. You can come on one of these weekends. You can sit in a classroom, experience what it's like to be a student. We'll feed you lunch. We'll have a big organization fair. We will sit down with you one-on-one, answer any admission questions, help you do your financial aid applications. You can see housing, tour the campus, and really get an idea, like I said, of what it's like to be a student here. We also offer virtual options in case you'd like to connect with students one-on-one, listen to a student panel. And then for admitted students in March, we'll have a big celebratory event where we will invite you to campus. You can, have fun on the lawn. We'll have a rock wall and trampolines and things like that to help you get prepared and learn more about student life, but get you prepared for orientation as you move forward to register for a summer event, to register for your classes. And then we do offer campus tours daily at 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. if you're able to make it to campus and learn more about us. So that was A&M Corpus Christi in 30 minutes. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. John, if you need anything from me, let me know. But
yeah, no, for sure. We had students ask questions before, and we'll have others too. We went on a tour of the University of Texas in Austin the other day, and then we went to Texas State. The number, we have students from, across the country, but, Mathis, Sinton, Van Horn, and San Elizario here in Texas. And watching the kids on campus, it's a big place. It was a little bit too big for a lot of them. The size of the campus here is really amenable to, I think, what a lot of the students are after. It's not too small, but it's not too big. The numbers are good. The feel when I walk around campus, it's comfortable. People are friendly. Can you talk a little bit about the size? Because it really does feel like, you've got major sports, you've got all these things, but it feels just, really comfortable and welcoming.
Absolutely. So, when people look at the picture, right, I mean, it looks like a huge campus. So we are on a 240-acre campus, but the way that the university is divided is pretty strategic. So when you come in through the first entrance of campus, we have all of our research facilities. And in the middle of the island is where everything happens, right? So our classrooms are here, the eateries, the gym. So the bulk of student activities and student life is right in the middle. And then through the second entrance is university housing. And so our campus almost feels like a private school. If you think about a private school, they're surrounded by gates. We're surrounded by water, right? So this is our own community. The people that come down Ocean Drive are professors, students, staff, and the military, because right next door is the military base. And so, when people look like maybe they don't belong here, it's a very safe campus because, again, this is our own community. But we really take pride in that. Whenever you look at different schools, they say we are this nation or we are whatever. We say we're the Islander family, right? Because we are such a tight community here, and everyone has everyone's back. Our plan and our goal is to make sure that we can work with you as a student to get you to become successful in whatever field it is that you want to go into, and you can find that support on our campus because, again, 11,000 students really isn't too big compared to other schools, especially in Texas.
Yeah, it's a great number. I'll do a quick pan again of the view out the door. And that's just, one of many stunning views here. Tell us a little bit about cost. We have that seems to be the number one question from parents. They're very, as cost has escalated over the years, parents are very focused on, I want my student or my child to major in this, get a job coming out. Debt after 4 years there is pretty impressively low, actually, compared to a lot of the schools, especially that we work with in the Northeast. Can you talk just a little bit about that? I mean, debt after graduation is I'll let you answer that, but it's impressive.
I can't remember the average debt for after 4 years. I want to say, and don't quote me on this, I know it's being recorded, but I want to say it might be our average debt rate is 18,000
Yeah.
per student, from what I understand, which again isn't too high compared to other institutions. Our financial aid office has a goal to make sure that our students are knowledgeable about their financial aid packages so that they don't go and accept all of these student loans if it's not necessary. Our in-state tuition is about 5,000, just 5,500 or so per semester, which is comparable across the state, but it's those fees that get a lot of students, right? We don't have excessive fees for athletics. We don't have excessive fees for different services. You don't need to pay out of pocket to go to a tutoring center here. So we really try to keep those fees also at a minimal so that you don't leave the university in a tremendous amount of debt if necessary. But we want to work with you. We at the financial aid office can meet with you one-on-one via in person or virtually to go over your financial aid package. And if you think you need more assistance, let us know that, and we can work with the advisors here. They can have professional judgment and see what it is that they can do to award you aid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's helpful. We're running up a little bit against it on time, but I think your pathway is really interesting. We've talked about how you got here and when you were here, how much you enjoyed it, and then you've enjoyed a really successful career in terms of moving up, working here. Can you talk a little bit just about your own pathway and sort of, I think it helps our students who might consider coming here. It's a pretty diverse population, students coming from, like you said, almost all across, a lot of states, but also Texas. But yeah, talk a little just about the culture here and yourself a little bit getting here.
So just a little bit more about me. So I am the first in my family to actually graduate high school. So my parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, they did not graduate high school. So I was the first in my family to graduate high school and the first in my family to graduate from college. But rewinding a little bit, I was one of those high school students that really didn't care about academics. I would skip class a lot. I would stay home and babysit rather than go to class. And until my junior year, I think, is when I started taking it a little bit more seriously. And so I decided to come to A&M Corpus Christi, mainly because I wasn't too far from Corpus. I only live about an hour north from here. That's where my family's from. But when I decided to come here, I was able to experience a lot more than I ever did at my hometown, right? My hometown, we ate the same food, we spoke the same language, everyone kind of, it was just the same, right? You didn't experience really anything new. And so when I came to the university, I was able to see people in different types of clothing and hear different languages, things that I could never experience back in my hometown. And so when I came here, it really opened my eyes to the world, and professors really believed in me and said, hey, you can become whatever it is that you want to become. Now I'm the director of recruitment for this university, which I never would have thought that my job would be, let's talk about college and get more students here, because I was a student that didn't want to go to college. But yeah, I graduated and became an admissions counselor, and I traveled across the state of Texas recruiting students. It was, for me, the first time that I was able to rent a car or check into a hotel by myself or fly on a plane. And so just getting my college degree was a huge door opener for me to experience a lot of things. And now I'm at the director level and making some positive impact, hopefully. So even if you're from a small town, or if you're from a rural city, or if you maybe aren't focused so much right now on your academics, there's still time to change that and think about your future, and always be in touch with a college or a university, because we want to meet with you. We want to share our experience with you. We want to help you create a plan to get to the university. And so keep in touch with us. Don't be afraid to reach out. If we could, we'd reach out to all of you if we could, but sometimes it takes that initial communication. So we know that there's interest and that we can continue speaking with you and help you with your next steps to become a college student.
Yeah, thanks for that. That's a great story, and I think we have students from your former high school, in Mathis, that are in similar situations and haven't thought about expanding out, or maybe they think their grades aren't great, but they're only a freshman or so. There's plenty of time, like you said, and just to be able to come here and visit it beforehand and get a feel for it, and introduce them to you and just have them take a tour on campus would be phenomenal. I think it's just a real eye opener. And that story is great. I think it just get kids thinking about the possibility, and you now helping young people like your former self is great, and you have a perspective that I think is really valuable. So we really appreciate the time today.
Of course.
If you're okay, we could have students reach out with any questions.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think I had my contact information on here, but
we can share it for sure with everybody.
If you need me, just feel free.
Yeah. Well, thanks again. We really appreciate it, and look forward to bringing students to campus whenever we can.
Good. I hope so. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your day. And again, thank you for just listening. And if you have an interest in the Island University, please contact us. We would love to meet with you. We'd love to meet with your family and see if this is a possibility for you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Have a good day.